Gerald Lucas here with another installment of Ask Gerald, where you get your real estate questions answered. Today's question comes from Fred. Fred writes from Bristol, Pennsylvania. And Fred writes, I have a tenant that continually smokes cigarettes and has pets, despite the fact that both are violations of the terms of his lease. The tenant is Section 8. Does that mean I can't evict him? That's a great question, Fred. First and foremost, it's certainly in the best interest of a landlord to avoid eviction if possible. So my first suggestion would be, if you haven't already done this, reach out to your tenant in writing and let him know that smoking cigarettes and having a pet put him in breach of his lease and therefore subject to eviction. Now, once you've done that, then if nothing happens and he continues that, then you have to do something else. But the truth is the fact that, with Section 8 Housing Authority giving your tenant a voucher to help him pay the rent doesn't mean that he can't be evicted. Right? All tenants and landlords are bound by the lease that they sign. So if he's violating the lease, whether he's Section 8 or not Section 8, he can be evicted. That said, landlord-tenant laws vary enormously from place to place. And, as a landlord, you still have to abide by the eviction rules in the area where your property is located. Well, Section 8 eviction in your area may be slightly different. There may be more procedural safeguards. For example, I know in some places, as part of an eviction of a Section 8 tenant, in addition to notifying the tenant in writing, you may have to also notify the housing authority in writing. But the bottom line is that if your tenant, Section 8 or not, violates a lease, they can be evicted. All right? But to make certain that you're doing it the right way, you want to first talk to the local housing authority. And also, I would suggest that you contact a local real estate attorney in the area where your property is to make certain that you're following the rules of the eviction. But you absolutely can evict a Section 8 tenant who breaches the lease that they sign. So thanks for your question, Fred. For more real estate information and tips, visit my blog at geraldlucas.com. I'm Gerald Lucas, and I'll see you again soon.